Alright, we're going to Highline Cars and Coffee November 1st in Scottsdale. I actually like this Cars and Coffee, but no fancy intros, no clever editing. We're just gonna get in and drive.
Cars and Coffee. The camera settings weren't right when I was driving back, so I cut it short, did the best I could. But I do think I need a little bit of carb adjustment on this. And but other than that, it drove really well. It's a fun car to drive. I did talk to a super nice guy at Cars and Coffee. He had a Velocity Mustang, and it was the first time that I saw one up close in person. So I was really looking at that, and first thing I noticed when I saw him drive up and park was the geometry on his front suspension was like pretty dialed in. And since we had done Mustang 2 suspension on the gray Mustang, I figured, I know how hard that is. I had to measure from like 10 different spots to the motor mounts, true everything up, and then just sort of go through like a spreadsheet. And then finally, when all the measurements checked and everything was tied out, then I could tack it in. It's a painful process. So I saw that he had, like, they essentially put a Mustang 2 suspension on those Revologies and Velocity Mustangs or whatever. So I was asking him about it, and I said, this don't look like no backyard build. They did a nice job on it. He said no. But I can understand, those are pretty pricey for you do get a lot out of them. You get a lot of build. You get more build for them performance, I think. And I think for a lot of classic car guys like myself, I mean, I would like the performance and the build, but anyway, that's my take on it. If you have a difference of opinion, throw it in the comments. We'll spark a debate, see what happens. Other than that, yeah, really nice. I did ask him, you intend to work on this car? And he said no. But I guess it's not for everyone. I like the spirit of a real classic Mustang. I understand, but I don't thumb my nose at those Revologies or Velocities. But I really like the old stuff and the original stuff. So if you really put your time and patience into that, you could make the car as nice as you want to make it for a lot less money, but that's not for everyone either. So curious to see what you guys think. Throw it in the comments. We'll talk about it. Thanks a lot. Next time.